Lazevo likes to talk about life while he's shooting people in the face. Lazevo.
What is going on, everybody? It's Lazevo here. I apologize if I sound a little raspy. My daughter coughed directly into the back of my mouth, and that's something you have to deal with kids. So I got some daycare nasty throat thing going on. You know, they're little buckets of disease that they bring home with them. So I'm firing up the old immune system again. But anyway, I wanted to bring you guys a commentary because I think basically what I'm titling this is what I wish someone would have told me before I went to college. I know it's that time of year where everybody's going off to school. If you're not going to college, maybe you're going back to high school. But this is going to be in particular for those guys that are starting college, because I think that's a weird time. Like, at least for me, I went away to school. I was like 9 hours away from home. And it was the first time I was ever on my own. You know, up until then, you live with mom and dad. You know, or whoever, you know, your parent, and you get a lot of things taken care of for you most of the time. I'd say in general, most people aren't paying you know, your gas or electric bill, you know, before you reach college or before you go to college age. And so there just becomes a lot of new things that happen when you go, and it's kind of a weird time. You got lots of freedom, and it's a weird time to go to school because you're used to going to high school where you kind of have to go, like you know, you're sort of forced to go, and there's a set time you got to go and that kind of thing. And then you get to college, and you know, colleges are just like, hey, as long as you're paying us, you know, we'll keep signing you up for classes. And I don't, you know, most colleges don't take attendance. They're like, hey, I don't care if you show up or not. So there's all this freedom, and not to mention, like, you know, there's all this expectations of college and things that are weighing on your mind. It's just, there's a lot of pressure, and it's just a strange time. So there's some things that I learned throughout the course of my college career that I think are, you know, pretty standard forever. I know it's been a while since I've been in college. It's been 10 years now since I was in college, which is crazy. I just turned 32, so that's wild. But anyway, there's some things that I think everybody should know, and I guess the first of which is, most of the time if you're a freshman, you're going to be coming into college and you're going to be staying in the dorms. And your number one priority as a freshman, normally you're not going to know too many people when you go to school, so you have to build your friendship network. You got to do that. There's a few things I thought of that are good ways to do that. Number one, you'll notice this, at least when I went to school. When you first get into the dorms, everybody keeps their door closed, like the first couple weeks. That's what I noticed anyways. And so my suggestion to you is, it usually takes, maybe by the end of the first semester, everybody's got their doors open, everybody sort of knows each other and is intermingling. But I would go out of my way and say, oh, make sure you leave your door open. Leave your dorm room door open so that your neighbors can see you in there, can talk to you, can conversate with you. Yeah, if you see somebody coming home across the hall, say what's up, hey, how's it going, that kind of thing. Get to know the people around you. Some of my best friends right now lived in the dorms with me when I was a freshman and sophomore, the 2 years that I did live in the dorms. And it's because I lived in such close proximity with them that I got to know them really well. So I would say do that sooner than later. Don't wait. And that'll help build some of your, you know, those close friendships. Find out guys that are interested in the same stuff you're interested in. Whatever, you know, if you want to play basketball, find somebody that's willing to go up to the rec center. That's another good place to hook up with people. Check out some girls, that kind of thing. Go work out. Go to the gym. You know, that's just good all the way around. You know, good for your body, good for your, you know, relieving some stress, all that jazz. Go do that. The second thing I would say is get involved in some kind of organization, whether that be a fraternity. You guys know I was in a fraternity. I'm kind of pro Greek system, but get involved in some kind of organization. I don't care if that's, you know, they have all kinds of stuff. They, like at my school, you could get involved with things like, if you're an engineer, you get involved with things like a future car program, where they sort of have this future technology car that different engineers kind of work on, and that's pretty cool. They had like an off-roading group that took their trucks off-road, if you're into that stuff. But find something that's your niche, and that'll connect you with people that are into the same interests as you, and do that sooner than later. Get involved with that right away. Don't wait. And you know, college is only a short time, so you know, don't wait on any of this stuff. Just go out and find something you're interested in, get hooked up with, you know, get connected with some people. And in terms of school, I would say there's a couple things you can do to be successful. Number one, go to class. I mentioned before, most teachers don't care whether you show up or not. They're willing to take your money, and you can just sit at home and play video games if that's what you're going to do. I saw people do that, and I saw people not finish school. I saw people not come back the following year. And as hard to believe as it sounds, I didn't really touch video games when I was in college, and that was, you know, there was too much beer drinking, too much girl chasing, and just not enough time in the day, I guess. It's just something that didn't interest me at the time. But I would say, you know, focus on your schoolwork, set that as a priority, and go to class. Like I said, make sure you go. Force yourself to go. And on top of that, when you go to class, sit in the front. It doesn't do you any good to sit in the back where you're going to fall asleep or whatever. Sit in the front, take notes, okay? I know it sounds crazy. Most of the time you guys aren't into that, but I'm telling you what to do. This is how you avoid all the study time you got to put in. Think about it that way. If you can go to class for an hour and avoid, you know, hours and hours of trying to figure the stuff out on your own by yourself, doesn't that make more sense to you? So my advice is go to class, sit in front, and take notes. This will save you so much time in the homework department and the studying department. And that's, if you're like me, I don't want to study. Like, I want to go to class and I want to learn everything there, and I want to, you know, apply it as little as possible once I get out of that room. And so I dedicated the time in that room to specifically focusing on classwork, and I would recommend you guys do that. Sit in front, take notes. This is a must, guys. Go and see your professor during his office hours at least 2 times a semester. Make sure, even if you don't even have a question, make something up and go see him so that he knows your face, so that he knows who you are. When he's making the grades, it's going to help so much more if he can relate a name or a face to the name on his paper. And so that's just a huge thing. Go visit him, ask questions, show that you're, you know, make believe that you're somewhat interested in what he's saying, even if you're not. But that's going to help you in the long run, because it's all about him recognizing who you are based on your name as more than just some random body in the class. So anyway, I think those are some pro tips. Just to quickly review: make friends, get connected in some kind of organization, go to class, sit in front, take notes, and go see the professor at least once. Those things are going to help you be more successful in college, guys. And if you guys have anything else that maybe I didn't think of or didn't say, leave them in the comments below. Help each other out, guys. That's what this is here for. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will talk to you later. Thanks a lot.